Hi guys! I figured in this video I would talk a little bit about my life. Um, let's see. So, when me and my sister were little, my parents used to fight a lot. They were going through some custody thing. Me and my sister went to like 3 foster homes when I was 6 years old. In like a time of like maybe a year. My dad got custody of us. I didn't see my mom much at all. We had a few visits. My dad would always talk so bad about her that whenever we had visits, it would be really awkward for my mom. My mind went blank. Yep, that's a thing of ACC. Happens to me a lot. So eventually my dad would just like move us around. He said like, or my mom later said that I guess he was sending her like letters about us and calling her occasionally, but he wouldn't let her find us, and we would just move all over. And when I was my dad was also not the best when it came to discipline. He didn't have a very good upbringing, so our punishments were really harsh. Whenever we did something wrong, or he thought I don't know, I wasn't really a problem child. I didn't really get into trouble. I didn't really do a whole lot of bad things, however, he would think that I did, and when it came to punishments, it was like, he would always get out his leather belt, and it was like, it wasn't just a few swats, it was like, until he was calmed down, and that was like, it seemed like forever, you know, and that was pretty traumatizing. It would happen quite often. My dad also, not only did he have a bad upbringing, but before I was born, he was a painter. Back when there was lead in the paint, he ended up with lead poisoning. I guess it kind of messed with him a little mentally, and he wasn't the healthiest person because of it either. I remember pretty much being just me and my sister throughout the days, because he was taking like 3 long naps, or I don't know, however many, throughout each day. And when I was 12, he said he wasn't feeling well or something. He left me and my sister at the house. Then like later that night, he called saying a cop was going to come pick us up and take us to some kind of place, that he was at the hospital. And what later ended up happening was I had an aunt and an uncle that came to pick me and my sister up. They live pretty far away, like a whole day's drive. My dad, I found out later on, was actually in a mental hospital, and my family kind of raised us for a bit. We kind of got tossed around from aunt and uncle to aunt and uncle, and then we went into foster care, and I ended up aging out of the system. My sister also aged out of the system, and you know, later on down the line, I met my husband. I had 3 beautiful children, and when I had my 3rd child 3 years ago, I was having horrible headaches. Probably explained this in the first video if you've seen that. I ended up getting a CT scan. The headaches eventually went away. Had nothing to do with this, but the doctor was like, "Are you aware you have agenesis of the corpus callosum?" I was like, "No." I later researched it some more, and so yeah, went to a neurologist, found out that I have no corpus callosum. Would make it really hard to, you know, memorize things, remember things, to focus, because I don't have that connection between the 2 sides of my brain. And my whole life has been a struggle, being in special ed, and problems reading, I can read fairly well now. You wouldn't probably catch me reading in a crowd because my anxiety would be through the roof and my eyes would lose focus and I'd forget words. So, let's see, what else? Of course, I had to write things down because my memory sucks. Loud noises give me anxiety. If there's a lot of things going on at once, I'm lost. I can't think. My kids, having kids, it's normal for them to get loud at times and fight and all that. A lot of times I find that very, very overwhelming. Driving. I can drive in like familiar areas and be fine. If there's construction or whatever and it just throws me off and I mean, if I know the area real well, I'm good, but oftentimes, I don't know like side streets to get me to my destination or whatever, so I'm kind of like screwed up. I don't like to drive at night. I always say I'm night blind because it's like I drive at night, I can't, even though there's street lights, I can't see to know where the heck I am, so I just choose not to drive at night. Whenever we have to go out of town, my husband does most of the driving. I might drive a little bit on like long stretches of road, but I don't know. I have anxiety with that. And then if we have to drive through a big city, I switch over before we get there because just too much anxiety with that. Like I don't like getting on interstates or busy highways because you have to like kind of merge with the traffic, and that, yeah, sometimes I like come to a complete stop because I see traffic coming and it's like if it doesn't look like they're getting over, I can't handle that. So usually he drives. Water. Like I could get in a pool, I take showers and all, but like it takes a bit for me to motivate myself to get wet because I just don't like water. Oftentimes my memory, like, it sucks so bad. I'll like have something memorized, and if I don't, like, say I know how to get somewhere, if I don't drive there maybe like for a month, I have to like relearn how to get there again because it's gone. What else was I gonna say? When I'm talking to someone, I probably won't remember half of what they even said to repeat it to anyone. When I'm talking, sometimes like I'll have like all the thoughts in my head what I'm gonna say, and I'll be talking, and all of a sudden I have like a blank slate. It either comes back or it doesn't. Sometimes it comes back within a few seconds. I'm like, oh, that's what I was saying, and then I finish. But oh, it's so frustrating when I'm just talking to someone and lose my train of thought and just stand there, and I'm like, yeah. So I have a lot of struggles, but I mean, I'm getting along quite well, I think. My creative side works really well. I haven't really sketched in a while, but I used to sketch mostly pictures of people and their, people's faces and stuff, animals, animation stuff. I like to sculpt. Let's see what else. I don't know. I think I sew pretty good. I like to crochet things like dolls and stuffed animals. So yeah, anyways, my creative side works really well. I find it hard to learn things. If you saw my video yesterday, I'm trying to learn the ukulele. I don't know how well I'll do with that, but I'm pretty determined, so we'll see. If I learn another song, I'll post another video. And the song I have learned, I don't really feel like I've learned. I mean, I still struggle with that. My ukulele isn't the best, so it's kind of, the notes are off and it doesn't sound right, but I'm working on that. I don't know what else to say. I guess I'll end this here. If I think of anything else, I'll post some more. Yeah. All right. See you in my next video. Bye.